Second game of our doubleheader set to begin here at the Tarble Arena. We're about 6 minutes out from the start of our ball game here tonight. A pair of 11-6 teams, 1-5-3 in the league. That's Wheaton. Carthage 3-5 in conference play, set to do battle for the second time this year. Good evening once again, and welcome back to the Tarble Arena. I'm John Weiser. Glad to bring you Carthage Redmen basketball here tonight. The Redmen have lost 3 of their last 4 ball games. The only win in that span was the overtime victory a week ago Saturday here against the Milliken Big Blue, as Wheaton defeated the Redmen the last time out, and that was back on January the 13th, a 71-68 decision at Wheaton. Redmen actually had a chance late in that ball game, as they had the ball in the offensive end with a chance to inbound with under 10 seconds left, but the final play went awry, and the Redmen fell by 3 to the Wheaton Thunder, 71-68. And since that time, the Thunder, they went on to lose an overtime game at Augustana, then lost a home game against Elmhurst 82-75, and came back to defeat Carroll on Wednesday evening 58-54 at the King Arena. And they are led by a great forward here in Namia Adam. Adam is a 6'1 guard, actually, out of Orlando, Florida. And he is one of the leading scorers in the conference. He is averaging better than 19 points per game, averaging 4 rebounds. He's shooting 47% from the field, playing 34 minutes, and has started all 17 games for this Wheaton Thunder. Then you have an outstanding outside shooter in Tyson Cruikshank. Cruikshank 38% from the three-point arc this year. He has already hoisted 104 three-point attempts this year, hitting 40 of them. And he is averaging better than 15 a game. Luke Anthony, since coming back from football, has played in 9 games. He started the last 4, is in the starting lineup again here tonight. Anthony, the starting quarterback on that Wheaton football team, he is averaging 12 points and 3 rebounds per contest since his return. And then you have Cade Elioth, the other starter here tonight, and he is the other player averaging double figures. He is their leading rebounder at 8.4 per game, averaging just over 10 points per contest. Meanwhile, the Redmen will have their second straight game without Krishawn Cook. Cook attending to a lower body injury here the last couple of games. He did not play in the loss to North Park on Wednesday night down in Chicago. He is in street clothes again tonight for the Redmen, so he will not play. TJ Best in the starting lineup here tonight. Jordan Kodrowski leads the team in scoring at better than 16 per game, but he has struggled of late the last couple of ball games, going 8 for 31 from the field and just 3 for 13 shooting the 3 ball. So they're going to need Kodrowski to step it up once again here tonight. The bright spot here over the last 5 ball games has been the resurgence of the big man, Brad Perry. Perry has just over the last month here, has really picked up his ball game. In the last 5 games, he shot 68% from the field. He is averaging 15 points and 10 rebounds, and 4 of the last 5 ball games, he's gone double-double. And he has it's been a sight to watch this resurgence in his ball game, and he has played well, and they need to have him continue to play well. And the loss to Wheaton earlier this year, Perry with 14 points and 10 rebounds. He was 7 of 9 from the field in that contest. And the Redmen really had, I thought, a pretty good defense. They played mostly zones through the first 25-30 minutes of that ball game, and then when they got out of the zone, they allowed Wheaton to fast break a little bit, get in some transition, and that built out a 7-point lead, which the Redmen were able to trim down to 3 in the final minute, and actually had a chance on an inbound play to go and at least try to hunt for the tie late in that ball game, but weren't able to come away with anything on that final possession. So we'll see how that plays out here tonight. Again, Elmhurst has won their ball game at North Park earlier this afternoon. Augustana defeated Carroll 69-65 earlier this afternoon as well. And with Illinois Wesleyan on the bye, that puts Elmhurst at 8-1, Augustana at 6-3, and Illinois Wesleyan at 5-3, the top 4 in the conference. Wheaton and Carthage sitting at 5th and 6th. Wheaton at 5-3, Carthage at 3-5. So this becomes a huge ball game tonight for the Redmen to stay in the chase and try and lock down one of the 6 positions for the conference tournament. Milliken is at 16th ranked North Central tonight. That game will tip roughly in about a half hour or so as well. So these two teams, this is going to be a big ball game here tonight for this one. North Central needs a victory to keep pace with 4th ranked Elmhurst with their big win 99-72 over North Park earlier tonight. As we mentioned, Krishan Cook out of this ball game with an injury, so he will not play. TJ Best will get a start in his place here tonight for the Redmen. It'll be Best, Kadrowski, Baltimore, Johnson, and Perry for the Redmen. It'll be Cruikshank, Elioth, Adam, Anthony, and Spencer for the Wheaton Thunder. We'll step out, take a 60 break. Starting lineups and tip-off of Game 2 just around the corner on AM 1050 WLIP. Here are the starting lineups once again for the Wheaton Thunder tonight. They will start at a guard, Tyson Cruikshank. Cruikshank 5'11", 160, a sophomore out of Highlands, Colorado. Namia Adam will start at a guard. Adam, the leading scorer in the conference at 19 points per game. Adam, 6'1", 190, a junior out of Orlando, Florida. Luke Anthony at the third guard spot. Anthony, who doubles up as the starting quarterback for the Wheaton football team. He is a 6'3", 200-pound junior out of Wheaton North, a transfer back from University of Dayton. Anajuan Spencer will start at a forward, 6'8", 195, a senior out of Chicago Christian High School. And Cade Elioth, a 6'6", forward, rounding out the starting lineup. Elioth, a junior out of Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. So it'll be Elioth and Spencer underneath, with Anthony, Adam, and Cruikshank your guards for head coach Mike Schauer and the 11-6 Wheaton Thunder. As we mentioned, Krishan Cook out of the starting lineup for the Redmen here tonight, so a different look for Carthage as they take the floor here tonight. And as always, we dim the lights here at the Tarble Arena, put the spotlight on center court, and get set for the Redmen starting lineup. And we will head down to the scorers table to do just that.
And now, introducing your Carthage Redmen! At center, a 6'11" junior from Notre Dame College Prep, hailing from Chicago, Illinois, number 34, Sean Johnson. And at forward, a 6'5" senior from Zion Benton High School in Zion, Illinois, number 24, Keenan Baltimore. At center, a 6'11" senior from Maine South High School, hailing from Park Ridge, Illinois, number 54, Brad Perry. At guard, a 6-foot junior from Wheeling North High School, hailing from Arlington Heights, Illinois, number 10, TJ Best. And at guard, a 6'4" senior from Downers Grove North High School in Downers Grove, Illinois, number 21, Jordan Kidrowski. The head coach for the Redmen is Bosco Jurkovic.
So TJ Best in the starting lineup. He'll make his first start of the season for the Redmen, the junior guard, along with Kidrowski, Baltimore, Johnson, and Perry for the Redmen here tonight. Wheaton in the navy blue jerseys, navy blue shorts, white numerals, white lettering trimmed in orange. Redmen white jerseys, white shorts, red numerals, red lettering. It'll be Anajuan Spencer jumping center for the Thunder. He will go up against Sean Johnson for the Redmen. So game 2 set to begin here of our doubleheader. Lady Reds fell to Wheaton in game 1. So trying to salvage the split here tonight from the Tarble Arena. Johnson and Spencer to jump, and Wheaton comes down with it. They'll work it right to left. Very good passing team. They're very quick on the perimeter. Need to be ready for it. Now they work it near side. Anthony with it. Back up top. Adam. Now to Cruikshank. To Adam. Quick pass to Spencer. 20-footer right side. Good. Off the right baseline. Got it ahead of Baltimore that time, who tried to come in with a late flash. 2-0 Wheaton. Anajuan Spencer with the quick jump shot. Now Johnson puts it on the floor in the paint. Spins. Shoots over Johnson and hits. Over Spencer and hits that one. Sean Johnson for 2. Tied at 2. Now they work it to the right corner. Cruikshank back up top to Spencer. Around to Adam. Adam left to the free throw line. Jumper good. They've hit their first 2. 4-2 Thunder. Minute in. TJ Best in for Krishan Cook tonight. Not playing. In street clothes with a lower body injury. Works it off to Baltimore. Now in the hands of Kidrowski, feeds Sean Johnson. Johnson driving on Spencer. There was contact, no call. Johnson shot short, tipped through by Perry and picked up on the far corner by Luke Anthony. Gives it to Cruikshank, races to the free throw line, cut off by Kidrowski. Now Cruikshank between the circles, swings it off near side. Namia Adam, reversing right side. Now they kick to Spencer, touch pass back to Adam, around to Cruikshank for 3, over Johnson. Back iron miss, tip out by Spencer, picked up by Adam. They'll reload, Luke Anthony for 3, all alone, able to drop it in. Off the left side that time, good offensive rebound by the Thunder, able to keep that possession alive, and they jump out to a 5-point lead. Best now to Baltimore. 20-footer off the right corner, missing. Rebound. Pulled in by Cruikshank. He'll push it up the floor, gets it to Luke Anthony. Anthony back to Adam, drives in. Flip back to the point to Cruikshank, back to Anthony, head and shoulder fake. Runner with the right hand, in and out, no good. Got his own rebound, blocked by Perry. Pulled out of there by Brad Perry. Now ahead to Kidrowski. 2-on-1. Kidrowski going up over Spencer, banks it home. Had the 2-on-1 with Johnson coming down the right side, elected to keep it. Went high off the glass, and Kidrowski hits for his first 2. 7-4 Wheaton. 3 minutes in. Redmond showing zone here. Now Cruikshank able to penetrate the zone on the dribble, missing. Johnson kept it alive, blocked by Perry again. It's loose at the top of the circle, picked up by Spencer. The kick to Cruikshank for 3, that's no good. And Kidrowski able to pull it down for the Redmen. Gives it up to TJ Best. And if you're just joining us, TJ starting his first game of the year, replacing Krishan Cook, out with an injury. Kidrowski for 3, that's a back iron miss. Elioth with the rebound. 7-4 Wheaton. Jumped out to a 7-2 lead. So we approach 3.5 gone by here in Kenosha. Important ball game for both teams. Now Adam lost it, but Cruikshank picks it up here on the left wing. Gets it to Anthony, who traveled. Andrew Williams on the call down below us. On the traveling call that time. Turns the ball over. Elliott, that nice rebound. He's very physical as Perry comes up top here. Sets the ball screen for Best. Best back to Johnson, reversing left side Baltimore. Lobbing it low, post to Perry. His turnaround shot crawls over the rim and down. Brad Perry, 4 of the last 5 ball games, he's gone double-double. Gets his first points tonight. Brings the Redmen back to within 1, 7-6. 4 minutes in. Adom down low. Elioth. Back to Adom now. Cruikshank, little give and go back to Adom. Now he's broken up by Best. Down to Elioth to Spencer low right, and he's able to finish. Got a step on Baltimore that time. The quick feed to Spencer low right, able to finish. 9-6 Thunder. 4.5 minutes gone by. Best now to the right side, Kodrowski. Outside the arc in the right corner, back to Best. Reversing it around the perimeter now to Baltimore. Baltimore from the left side. Up top to Kodrowski. Behind the back dribble. Lost his man. Fires from the free throw line and missed. Well, Luke Anthony fell for the behind the back dribble that time. That left a clean look. Kodrowski's not going to miss many of those. Now Cruikshank. Cut off nicely by Johnson. Has to pull the ball back out to Adom. Back to Elioth. Walk with the ball. Second straight travel by Cade Elioth. Did the old shuffle that time before he put the ball on the floor. Gavin Hawkins will check in, a 6'7 junior. Also Colin Uvegas, a 6'1 junior, in there now for the Thunder. 9-6 Wheaton. We're 5 minutes in here at the Tarble Arena in Kenosha. Baltimore on the drive, flips it up with the right hand and good, going over Adom that time. Keenan Baltimore. His first 2. 9-8, Redmen trail by 1. Did not lead here in the early going. A pass broken up by Johnson, looking to get it into Hawkins that time, and Johnson deflected it out of bounds. 20 to shoot here for the Thunder. They'll inbound free throw line extended near side. They get it up top to Cruikshank. Reversing it around into the right corner. Now back up top, Cruikshank with it. Gets it back to Uvegas. Into the left corner for 3. That one's no good. Battle for the loose ball. Best got a hand on it. Johnson able to flag it down. TJ Best, tell you what, that's what he brings to the table here. Gets in there. He's one of the better defenders the Redmen have. Now the over-the-top feed from Johnson to Perry. Missed it, trying to go around Hawkins that time. I don't know if Perry had full control of that basketball or not when he caught that pass and put it up. Now the Thunder will set it up. Adom had it broken up by Best. Best nearly saved it from going out the scorer's table. It goes out of bounds. It'll be Wheaton ball with 15 to shoot. Najwan Spencer will trigger the inbound at midcourt. Adom works it into the corner to Cruikshank for 3. That skips off, no good. Johnson able to snare the rebound. Outlets to Kodrowski. Tried to push it up the floor. Good defense by Uvegas. Turned him back. Now Best will set it up at the center circle. Left side, Kodrowski. Johnson trying to set the ball screen. Gets the return pass now underneath low left. Shoots with the right hand. Overshot. Baltimore with the rebound. Tried a reverse layup. That was no good. Ball tipped to Perry. Perry coming through the lane. Walked with the ball. Turnover on Brad Perry travel. Gives it back to Wheaton underneath. Anthony will check back in, replacing Cruikshank. Philip Bulanovich, the fine-looking freshman out of Maine South, in there now for the Redmen. He'll replace Sean Johnson. 7 minutes gone by, 9-8, Wheaton in front. Now they look up top. Uvegas with it, around to Anthony. Drop feed to Hawkins on the left side. Back up top, Adom. Gets it back to Hawkins for 3. That one skips off, no good. The rebound goes out of bounds off of Anthony. He was battling Baltimore. Anthony was the last to touch, going over the back of Keenan Baltimore. Best will walk it up. Redmond still looking for their first lead. 12:40 to go here in the first half. TJ Best will feed Baltimore left side, working on Spencer. Puts it on the floor. Give and go to Best. Back up top it'll go to Bulatovich. Now to Kadrowski. Reversing left side Baltimore. Feeds Perry. Facing the basket. Backing in on Hawkins. Now turns back to Baltimore. Deep three for Keenan. Back iron miss. The long rebound picked up by Najwan Spencer. Redmond took that shot clock down all the way down to 2 before getting that three-pointer away. Now Hawkins, same spot, releases and hits. The 20-footer off the left baseline for Hawkins. His first 2 tonight, builds the lead out to 3. 11-8 Wheaton, 11:50 to play here in the first half. Baltimore with it on the left block, backing down on Spencer. Bounces a couple of times off Spencer, flips it up, no good. Hawkins with the rebound. A lot of contact, they're letting them play here tonight. Adom will get it back to Vegas. To Hawkins again in that same spot, double team. Now Vegas with it, into Spencer, backdoor feed to Hawkins, missed the layup. A 0-footer and he overlaid. Kadrowski able to clear it out. Kadrowski down the right baseline, off the glass with the right hand and down. Jordan Kadrowski coming down the right baseline, avoided the contact, went up with the right hand, went high off the glass and in. 11-10, Redmond back to within 1. 3-2 look here for Carthage. Now they give it to Hawkins, back up top, Vegas. Rejected by Best, back out to Anthony. Dribble penetration, the floater won't go, and Best able to get the rebound. Clears it out to Kadrowski. Feeds Bulatovich underneath. Reverse layup left side is good, and the Redmen have their first lead. Little transition bucket time for the Redmen with Bulatovich on the finish. 12-11, Carthage with a 1-point lead. Now Anthony around to Adam. Up top, Vegas thought about a deep 3, reloads now to Adam right side. Out to Anthony, top of the circle, gets a ball screen from Spencer, feeds Adam for 3. Right side won't go, tipped by Spencer, no good. Perry able to control the rebound. Carthage will bring it down. Wheaton now 1 for their last 6. Best coming down the lane, kicks it back out to the right corner. Kadrowski for 3, that won't fall. Luke Anthony with the rebound for the Thunder. 11-10 on the boards. Wheaton with the 1-board advantage. Halfway through our first half, 12-11, Carthage in front. Their first lead. Now they feed Spencer on the right block, cut off nicely by Perry. Has to pull it back out to Vegas, around to Adom with 5 on the shot clock. Adom going hard to the basket. Runner, the teardrop won't fall. And the rebound pulled in by Kadrowski. Tried to run it up the right side that time, wouldn't get it in. Baltimore driving in left side, traveled with the ball. Lost control of the dribble as he came out of the left corner and turned it over. Second turnover by the Redmen. Johnson will check back in now, replacing Brad Perry for the Redmen. Cruikshank will check back in for the Wheaton Thunder, along with Elioth. Redmond by 1, 9:20 to go, first half. Very little stoppage in play here. Neither team has committed a foul yet. Now Cruikshank backs it off to the center circle. And the pass knocked away by Baltimore, out of bounds. Thought it went through Vegas, but they'll keep possession here as the Thunder do. Adam Radcliffe will check in now for the Redmen, the 5'10 senior. He'll replace Jordan Kadrowski. Again, the Redmen without Krishan Cook tonight. Second straight game. Cook out with a lower body injury. Now we work here and we get our first foul. TJ Best committing the foul on Cruikshank. So we go 11 minutes without a foul here, and our first foul called on TJ Best. Shot clock resets to 20 as Wheaton will inbound. Vegas will feed Hawkins right of the free throw line, guarded by Johnson. Pass it inside, broken up by Baltimore, picked up by Bulatovich. Bulatovich now will hand it back to Radcliffe. Radcliffe will run point here. Feeds Bulatovich on the right wing, now drops it into Johnson on the right block. working on Gavin Hawkins. Turns over Hawkins, banks it in. Sean Johnson over Hawkins. Johnson with 4, the lead out to 3 for the Redmen. And a nice shot taken by Sean Johnson. Now Elioth with it, left side, back to Cruikshank, drives in below the arc, back out to Anthony for 3, got it. Tough shot there, Baltimore with a flyby, and Anthony still dropped that one in from the top of the key. Ties the game at 14. 8 minutes to go here in the first half. Baltimore, little shoulder fake, puts it on the floor, kick to Johnson, 20-footer right side, won't fall. Good defense by Hawkins that time, as he smothered Johnson on that shot. Now Cruikshank back to Anthony, to Hawkins for 3. That one no good. Tip no. Ball loose. Radcliffe had it, was knocked to the floor, and the foul called on Vegas. Knocking Radcliffe to the floor, going for that loose ball. Vegas with the foul. First team foul on the Thunder. Preston Laketta will check in. Jordan Kadrowski back in for the Redmen, replacing TJ Best. Laketta in for Baltimore. I'll guarantee you the first touch by Laketta is going up. That's almost like guaranteeing Gray Giovanni's jacket coming off sometime during the first half. Johnson, free throw line. Back out to Kadrowski. On the right wing, guarded by Anthony. Feeds it nice inside. The slip pass to Johnson. Little shot fake, then pulled it down. Got it over the head of Anthony into Johnson's hand, coming down the right side for the lay-in. Now steal again up top. Radcliffe with it. Throws it into the backcourt looking for Bulatovich, but it's taken right back by Luke Anthony. Good effort on the part of Radcliffe that time. Now Edom working the dribble between the circles. To Luke Anthony, guarded by Radcliffe. Back to Edom, now to Spencer, now to Juwan Spencer. Up top, Anthony again with Radcliffe in his face, got the shot away. Tip out, Radcliffe had it, lost it. Anthony got away with a walk, feeds Cruikshank for the top of the circle 3. It won't fall, Laketta with the rebound. 6:40 to go, 16-14 Redmen. Lots of action, little stoppage here in this first half. Johnson now to Laketta. I told you, first touch on the offensive end's an airborne 3. What do we got? A block out of bounds, says Andrew Williams, so Carthage will retain possession. Anybody doubt me on that one? I told you the first offensive look Laketta had, it was going up. Radcliffe will trigger from the right side. Gets it into Kadrowski. Jordan has struggled the last couple of ball games with his shot. Pulls it out to Radcliffe with 9 on the shot clock. Crossover dribble. Radcliffe going to drive hard, going glass, and it rolls in. Timeout, Wheaton. Carthage with their largest lead. Radcliffe gets a big hand from everybody coming off the bench for that layup. Good to see Adam Radcliffe contribute here. The 5'10 senior out of Elgin, without Krishawn Cook, able to help out here. Timeout taken by Wheaton. 18-14, largest lead for the Redmen at 4 with 6:13 to play here in this first half. Our game tonight brought to you in part by Mason's Eatery and Pub. Don't be a chain eater, eat at Mason's on Highway 50 west of Green Bay Road. By Building Waters, Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. That's what they do, and don't forget refrigeration too. By Francetic Tax Resolution. Don't get frantic, get Francetic. Go to 262tax.com. Carthage 8 for 20, 40%, but they're 0 for 4 at the three-point arc. Meanwhile, the Wheaton Thunder 6 for 21, 28%, only 2 of 10 at the arc. Sean Johnson with 6, Jordan Kadrowski with 4 for the Redmen, Luke Anthony with 6, and Anajuan Spencer with 4 for the Thunder. It'll be Radcliffe, Bulatovich, Laketta, Kadrowski, and Johnson coming out of the Wheaton timeout. Edom, Spencer, Elioth, Cruikshank, and Anthony, the starting 5 for the Wheaton Thunder. Thunder chasing 4 here with 6:10 to go in our first half. Carthage in a 2-3 zone. Now they work it in. Elioth on Laketta, back out to Edom. Now down to Spencer. No look pass broken up by Kadrowski out of bounds. It was intended for Elioth on the right block. Kedrowski able to poke it away. 11 to shoot here on the inbounds by Wheaton. Spencer with it. Gets it back out to Edom with 7, with 6. Edom lost the dribble. Turned it over to Kedrowski. He'll lead the breakout the other way. No look pass to Bulatovic. He'll slam it home from the right side. The lead out to 6. Phillip, the freshman, able to knock it down for the Redmen. 4 for Bulatovic. Cruikshank alone for 3. Rattles out, no good. Rebound Laketta. He'll give it to Kedrowski. Carthage will walk it up. 15-13 advantage on the glass for the Redmen. Radcliffe, pull-up jumper from 12 won't fall. Rebound tipped up by Elioth off the glass back to himself. Feeds Cruikshank. He'll take it across midcourt. 20-14, Redmen, under 5 to go here in this first half as Spencer drops in a soft 3 off the right wing. Didn't have him buttoned up tight enough that time. Bulatovic still let him get that shot away. Spencer with 7 here in the first half. 20-17, Redmen now a steal up top. Cruikshank took it away from Radcliffe, fouls him at midcourt. Radcliffe picking up the foul, his first. That's just the 3rd foul, and Carthage will take a timeout here. Timeout, Redmen. 4:43 to play. It'll be a 30-second timeout. Again, tonight's game brought to you in part by Something Different, a sports fan fantasy land on 6th Avenue in downtown Kenosha, by Luigi's Pizzeria, 2 blocks south of Highway 50 on 39th Avenue in Kenosha, and by the Sinus and Snoring MD.com. That's Dr. Swerdlin with offices on Green Bay Road in Kenosha. Redmen led by as many as 6. But a 3-point bucket by Spencer has cut it to 3 here. Meanwhile, Wheaton, their largest lead, 5. That was early on. Carthage took their first lead, 12-11, the midway point here of this first half. Thunder ball at midcourt. Officials having a conversation with the scoring table here. Not sure what the discussion is. Phil Anderson, the bookkeeper, involved in this discussion down there. All 3 officials now talking things over. Not sure what that was all about. Looks like they reset the shot clock to 28. Luke Anthony will trigger the inbound. Anthony, Elioth, Edom, along with Cruikshank and Spencer out there for the Thunder. Spencer with it to the corner. Anthony, ball fake. Now reversing it back up top. A little floater by Edom is good. Edom with 4 points. 20-19. Redmen lead down to 1 here. Now to Bulatovic. Spin move on the left block. Banks it home. Bulatovic looking good here tonight. 6 points off the get-go for Bulatovic. Doing that impressive 2-handed jam. Built out that 6-point lead. Anthony, deep 3 over Bulatovic. Somehow found the basket. Oh my. Bulatovic had a hand in his face. Anthony still got that one to go in. We're tied at 22, under 4 minutes to play. 9 for Anthony tonight. Laketta to Kedrowski. High on the right, Laketta comes up, sets a ball screen. Kedrowski won't use it. And then we got a foul on the drive, that time by Kedrowski. It'll be Luke Anthony with the foul. Nope, check that, Cade Elioth with the foul. Hawkins will check back in, replacing Elioth. Baltimore, Perry, and Best back in, replacing Johnson, Radcliffe, and Laketta. Baltimore will trigger the inbound right of the basket with 20 on the shot clock. Gets it to Bulatovic, right back to Baltimore. Nice look inside. Kedrowski flips it off the glass and in. Had Luke Anthony draped all over him, and he still got that one up and in for Kedrowski. That's 6 tonight for Kedro. 24-22 Redmond. A dome. Near side. Anthony back to a dome. Now Spencer at the free throw line. One dribble, backs it off, fires, back iron miss. Tap out attempt. Picked up by Cruikshank. Floats in the paint. Can't get it to hit. Gavin Hawkins going over the back of Baltimore commits the foul. Cruikshank's miss. Baltimore and Hawkins battling for the loose ball, and it was Hawkins going over the back for the foul. First on Hawkins. Third on the Thunder. Bulatovich will bring it up from the backcourt to Best. Clock rolling, under 3 minutes to go here in this first half. 24-22 Redmond. Baltimore with it. Puts it on the floor. Back to Best. Up top to Kodrowski. Steps into a three over Anthony. No good. Anthony had the rebound. Best tried to take it away. Now a dome. 2-on-1 to Cruikshank to a dome. He'll finish. Low right. A little 2-on-1 action from midcourt in, and a dome with the lay-in. He has 6. Game tied at 24. 2.5 to go here in our first half. Kodrowski to Bulatovich, driving out of the right corner. Into the paint, heavily guarded by a dome. Gets it back out to Baltimore. Perry sets the screen. Baltimore kicks it back out to Best. Floats in the paint, back iron miss. Rebound Spencer. Gives it up to Cruikshank. Wheaton looking to retake the lead here. Cruikshank bank to Hawkins. Deep three. Hawkins drops it in. Gavin Hawkins left alone. They let him shoot the three, and he drops it in. Hawkins not bashful. 24 of 63. 36% now. As Kodrowski floats in the paint, draws the foul. He'll go to the line. Our first free throws tonight. And this will be Kodrowski. Hawkins picking up his second foul. This will be Kedro on the line for a pair. We said Jordan has struggled here the last couple of ball games. Drops in that free throw. Was 0 for 6 from the arc against North Park Wednesday, just 4 for 17 in the game. It's the front end here. Drops them both. 8 points tonight for Kodrowski. Redmond to within 1. 27-26, $1:45 to go in this first half. A dome. Near side Spencer. Back to a dome. Gets a ball screen from Elioth. Little pick and roll. Elioth gets it down and draws the foul. The old pick and roll movement that time. A dome and Elioth coming down the right baseline. Got fouled by Brad Perry. Perry with his first. Third on the team. And this will be Cade Elioth at the free throw line for a pair. First free throw attempts here for Wheaton. Elioth drops the front end in. Two very good free throw shooting teams coming into the game here tonight, both at 74%. Missed the second, however. 1 for 2 that trip. Carthage will walk it down, trailing by 2. Minute and a half to play here in this first half. Baltimore into the low post. It goes to Perry. Banks it in. Brad Perry with 4 points to go with 4 rebounds tonight. Ties the game at 28. Cruikshank now trying to lose Best. Gives it off to Elioth. Back to Cruikshank. Best staying with him. Got away with a walk. Somehow tipped it into Elioth, who's in the paint for 3 seconds. No call. Back out to Anthony. His three goes in. Could have been a foul as Best was bumped in the chest. No call. And then also had the Elioth in the paint for whatever. Or at least 5 or 6 seconds and no call. 31-28 on the three-pointer by Anthony. He's got 9. Now Baltimore. Step back, gives it off to Kodrowski. Feeds Perry with 38 seconds to play. Perry in the paint, and that one crawls over the rim and dances down for Brad Perry. Back-to-back buckets for Brad Perry. He now has 6. 26 seconds to play in the half. About a 1 second difference here, shot clock to game clock. Mike Schauer pleading with his team, play it for 1, they'll spread it out. A dome working the slow dribble at the center circle. Gets a ball screen from Elioth, will shoot over that screen and hits. Adom with the jumper. 33-30, 1 second. Best got it away at the buzzer, but it hits high off the backboard and falls away. 33-30 on the Adom basket with just over 3 seconds left. Wheaton will take a 3-point lead into the locker room at the half. 33-30, Thunder over the Redmen. We'll step out, take a 2-minute break. You're listening to Carthage Redmen basketball on AM 1050 WLIP. Thank you, sir. It's a game with some pace here tonight. Very little stoppage in play. Only 5 total fouls called in that first half. And Wheaton with a 33-30 lead. John Weiser back with you at the Tarble Arena in Kenosha. As Wheaton got off to a quick start here. Led by as many as 5, 9-4. Carthage took their first lead midway through the first half. Kedrowski able to hit, make it a 12-11 lead. Carthage maintained that lead. Built out as much as a 10-point advantage, 28-18. But Thunder came storming right back on a couple of three-pointers by Cruikshank and Anthony. And were able to regain the lead here late. Carthage was able to add a couple of buckets by Brad Perry. And then on the final possession, it was Adom with the jump shot with just over 3 seconds remaining that put his team up by 3 here at the break, 33-30. As we take a look at the numbers here in this first half, it was Carthage 14 of 30, 46%. Redmen 0 for 6 at the arc. Carthage was led by Jordan Kedrowski with 8 points. Kedrowski 3 for 7 from the field, 0 for 3 at the arc, 2 for 2 at the line. Lead his team with 8 points. Sean Johnson was 6 on 3 of 6 shooting. Brad Perry 6 points on 3 of 4 shooting. Filip Bulatovic off the bench for 6 tonight. He had all 3 of his field goals, including a nice 2-hand jam off the right side. Built out that 6-point lead midway through this first half. Bulatovic with 6. Keenan Baltimore with 2. Baltimore 1 for 5 tonight. And Adam Radcliffe with 2 points tonight. Radcliffe coming off the bench, 1 for 2 shooting. Played almost 6 minutes of that first half, finished with 2 points. Preston Laquetta played, did not score for the Redmen. TJ Best played, did not score for the Redmen in that first half. Meanwhile, for the Wheaton Thunder, 13 for 31, 41%, 6 of 15 from the arc, and 1 for 2 at the line. Luke Anthony with 12 points. He was red hot, 4 of 7, all 4 coming from the arc. Anthony 4 for 5 shooting the 3-ball in that first half. He leads all scorers with 12. Adome with 8 on 4 of 7 shooting, including the last field goal of the first half. 5 points off the bench for Gavin Hawkins, including a 3-pointer. Anajuan Spencer with 7. Spencer 3 for 5, including a 3-pointer. Cade Elioth, his only point coming from the free throw line. He was 1 for 2 at the line tonight. Tyson Cruikshank and Colin Uvegas played, did not score for the Thunder. Each team with 17 rebounds in that first half. Carthage with 3 on the offensive glass. Wheaton with 5 offensive rebounds. Neither team turning it over much in that first half. Wheaton with 4, leading to 8 Carthage points. Carthage with 3 turnovers, leading to just 2 Thunder points. Points in the paint, Carthage outscoring Wheaton 28-4 in the paint tonight. Second chance points, 3-2 in favor of Wheaton. And transition points, Carthage an 8-5 advantage. Score was tied 5 times, but there were only 2 lead changes. Carthage took their first lead 12-11, gave it right back late here in the first half. Wheaton leading by 3 here at the half, 33-30. One other game going on tonight in the CCIW in men's play, and it is the Wheaton, or I should say the North Central Cardinals, 16th ranked Cardinals, hosting Milliken tonight down in Naperville. Cardinals with a 10-point lead. It's North Central 28 and Milliken 18. Hellwig with 9 and Jones with 9 for North Central. It was Hampton with 7 so far for Milliken. 28-18 North Central on top of Milliken. About 5 minutes to go first half in that one. Other 2 games, finals from earlier this afternoon. Number 4 ranked Elmhurst maintains first place in the conference with a 99-73 motorboat purge of North Park tonight. It was Jake Rohde going for 41 tonight. Rohde 11 of 15 from the field, 5 for 6 shooting the 3, 14 of 15 at the line for his 41, leading 4 players in double figures for the Blue Jays tonight. Meanwhile, for North Park, they got 20 from Toby Merrick. Not enough as Elmhurst cruised past North Park 99-73. Out in Waukesha this afternoon, another nail biter. I'll tell you what, Carroll, they don't have an individual player that's going to jump out at you and say, boy, this guy is a superstar, but as a team, they play tough. And they played tough against Augustana today, right down to the last second, as they give up a last-second free throws here to Pearson Wooford with 4 seconds left, the final margin, as Augie hangs on for a 4-point win, 69-65, the final in that one. Pearson Wooford with 26, Micah Martin with 15, the only players in double figures for the Augustana Vikings. 5 players in double figures for the Pioneers. Penny with 12, 10 each for Maupin, Clary, and Hall, and 11 for Williams. Carroll, the next opponent for the Redmen, right here on the Tarble Arena floor this coming Wednesday night. So the adjusted standings now tonight, Elmhurst at 8-1. North Central in action against Milliken at 7-1. Augustana now at 6-3. Illinois Wesleyan, idle this weekend, sits at 5-3, tied with Wheaton for 4th place. Then you have Carthage at 3-5, Carroll at 2-7, Milliken at 1-7, and North Park at 1-8. If you're with us earlier tonight, the Lady Reds fell here at home to Wheaton as they dropped their game to the Thunder tonight by a final of 68-59. to 57. Hannah Fraser with 16 points in the third quarter en route to 25 as that third quarter turned the ball game after the Lady Reds outscored Wheaton 21-5 to take in the second quarter to take an 8-point halftime lead. Wheaton came out a 23-10 third quarter, 16 of those 23 points by their all-conference performer Hannah Fraser, who scored 16 of her 25 in that third quarter, and they hang on to beat the Lady Reds and sweep the season series 68-57, the final in that one. So Wednesday night, the Redmen back in action here at home. They will host the Carroll Pioneers, second meeting of the season between those two schools. We will have that broadcast for you here on 1050 WLIP beginning at 6:45 Wednesday night. Then the Redmen and Lady Reds will have next weekend off, so no ball games next Saturday, February 1st. Lady Reds and Redmen on a bye. And then the Lady Reds will be back in action on Wednesday, February 5th. We will have that broadcast for you here at the Tarble Arena. It will be the Lady Reds and the Cardinals from North Central here at the Tarble Arena. We're at halftime here in Kenosha with Wheaton leading Carthage by a score of 33-30. We'll step out, take a 60 break. Back after this on AM 1050 WLIP. Well, it's the 114th meeting between Wheaton and Carthage tonight. Wheaton leading the all-time series 67-46. They've won 3 straight and 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two schools. Carthage, their last win here in Kenosha back on the 21st of February in 2017. It was a last-second thriller, 75-73 over the Wheaton Thunder. Trying to hang with this Thunder team. And the Redmen had a 10-point lead here, 28-18 away, and Thunder came marching right back here to lead by 3 at the half. And Carthage home Wednesday night against Carroll, then the bye week. That'll be on the 1st. And then when the February 5th rolls around, the Redmen will be at Elmhurst, while the Lady Reds will entertain North Central. Then on the weekend of February 8th, the long trip down to Decatur to take on Milliken. Doubleheader at 5 and 7, games that will be broadcast on WLIP. Then the Redmen will return home to host North Park on Wednesday, February 12th. Saturday the 15th, a doubleheader at Augustana. And then the Redmen travel to Naperville to take on North Central and then wrap up the regular season right here at the Tarble Arena on Saturday, February 22nd, hosting Illinois Wesleyan. Lady Reds go on the road Wednesday at Carroll. They begin a stretch where they'll play 4 of their next 5 on the road at Carroll Wednesday. No game on Saturday with the bye on February 1st. They will host North Central on the 5th, and then 3 straight on the road at Milliken, at North Park, at Augustana. before the Lady Reds wrap up their regular season with 2 straight at home. Wednesday the 19th hosting Elmhurst, and on February 22nd, that Saturday, the front end of that doubleheader with Illinois Wesleyan. And the top 6 teams, both the women's and men's standings, make the conference tournament. Top 2 teams will get a bye in the first round. The 3 seed will host the 6 seed, and the 4th seed will host the 5 seed on that Tuesday, last Tuesday in February. Starting 5 out there for the Thunder: Cruikshank, Elioth, Adome, Anthony, and Spencer. For the Redmen, they're starting 5: Best, Kodrowski, Baltimore, Johnson, and Perry. Again, Krishan Cook missing his 2nd straight game with a lower body injury. Not in the lineup, not dressed tonight for the Redmen. Carthage ball going right to left as we're underway in the second half. Carthage chasing 3 here to begin this second frame. Baltimore on the drive, and we get our first foul, body foul here on Adome, preventing the drive by Baltimore. Thought the officials kind of let them play through a lot of things in that first half. Only 5 fouls called the first 20 minutes total. Baltimore underneath trying to find some room, can't get it. Ball tipped out of bounds. Oh, it went off of Johnson last to touch. It'll be Wheaton ball. He was battling his own teammate Baltimore along with Adome that time, but Johnson with those long arms was the last to fingertip that ball out of bounds. Wheaton's first offensive possession, working left to right. Carthage back in that 3-2 zone. They get it back out. Anthony for 3. Back iron miss. Long rebound picked up by Adome. Free throw line jumper goes down. Nobody pinching there for the Redmen. Anthony's 3 went off the heel, came straight back out, top of the circle, picked up by Adome, who put it in. Now the block inside. Baltimore going up was fouled. Adome with the foul. That's his 2nd. This will put Baltimore on the free throw line. His first trip to the line. Each team only getting 1 trip to the line in that first half as well, as Baltimore planks one off the iron, no good. Keenan struggling tonight, just 1 for 5 from the field. Second one on the way. Good. 1 for 2 that trip, cuts the deficit to 4, 35-31. Wheaton is led by as many as 5, Carthage by as many as 10. And the Redmen in that zone. Adome, kick to the corner. Anthony to Cruikshank, back to Adome. Working off the Elioth ball screen, back out to Cruikshank for 3. That's a back iron miss. Again, a long rebound, collected by Kodrowski. 2-on-2 with Johnson will pull it back. Baltimore with it, middle of the floor, leaves it for Best at the center circle. Working off the Johnson screen, Best coming down the left baseline, back out to Baltimore. Baltimore again using the Johnson screen. Coming in, Baltimore going hard to the basket, missed. Johnson with the offensive rebound, back out to Kodrowski. Kodrowski with a nice move around Adome. The teardrop comes down for Kodrowski. Wow, what a move. Little fake to his left, then turned right, lost his defender, able to float one up in the paint. 35-33 Wheaton, 2 minutes into our second half. Kedro now in double figures with 10. Left corner 3 by Anthony, that's a miss. Again, Adome with the rebound. Gets it back to Spencer, and Ajuan Spencer knocks it down from long distance. Spencer, top of the circle triple. 1 for 2 at the arc now for Spencer. He's got 7. 38-33. Again, their largest lead back to 5. Kodrowski straight on 3. That one won't fall. Perry battling for the rebound. They call a foul over the back going over Elioth. Elioth had the position inside. Brad Perry trying to use that 6'10 frame to tip it to himself. Went over his back. Commits his second foul. First foul in the second half against the Redmen. Carthage showing 2-3 zone yet again here. Down 38-33. Spencer pulls up on Perry. Rims out. Loose inside off Johnson, deflects to Adome. Gives it to Cruikshank. Cruikshank try to toss it back out to Anthony. Has to chase it down at the center stripe. 12 to shoot now for the Thunder. Adome to Spencer. Back to Cruikshank. 20-footer right side. Crawls off, no good. Johnson tried to get the rebound. Could not. And it was saved from going out by Anthony, but right into the hands of Johnson. Back come the Redmen. Kedrowski now. Got bumped off his spot. No call. Kicks it back out to Baltimore. Left corner to Kedrowski. Again, got Elioth off the floor. Flip down low to Perry, who was fouled. Kedrowski got penetration to the paint that time. Then at the last second, dished it down low to Perry. As he put it up, he was fouled by Spencer. First on Spencer, team foul number 3 on the Thunder, and Brad Perry at the line for the Redmen. Woefully short on that free throw. Perry just 65% from the line this season as Elioth will exit. Gavin Hawkins in now for the Thunder with one more free throw for Brad Perry. Missed them both. Rebound goes to Luke Anthony. 3.5 minutes in, 38-33. Favor of the Thunder. Cruikshank driving hard out of the right corner. Back up top to Spencer for 3. In and out and in. Popped around and fell in for Spencer, who now has 13 on back-to-back triples. Their largest lead is 8. Well, you got a decision here for the Redmen next time back defensively. Does this crack the zone? Best back to Johnson, around to Baltimore. Baltimore, 3 off the left wing. In and out, no good. Johnson had the offensive rebound, lost it. It went out of bounds off of Cruikshank. Carthage ball. Well, double deflection there as it deflected off Johnson, and Cruikshank went off his leg, the last to touch. Carthage will inbound left of the basket. Vegas in there now for Wheaton. Kedrowski handles it, pulls it back outside the arc, left side. Feeds Baltimore. Cross court back to Best. Best from the right side. Pops for 3. That's an air ball miss. It's loose on the floor. Spencer tried to keep it alive. Anthony had it, lost it. Vegas picks it up. Back to Anthony. Now reversing left side Spencer. Fakes the pass off to Anthony, now to Adome. Adome back to Anthony, puts it on the floor around Kedrowski. Cut off at the free throw line. Good recovery by Kedro. Now to Adome. Floats over Perry, missing. Perry collects the rebound. 41-33. Wheaton their largest lead at 8. Going to the 5-minute mark here this second half. Kedrowski coming down the right baseline, going high off the glass and down. Lost both Hawkins and Anthony that time. Kedrowski with 12. Cuts the deficit to 6. Under 15 minutes to go here in this one. 2-3 zone again here for the Redmen. They kick to the corner. 3 on the way. Good by Vegas. Timeout, Wheaton. Vegas able to hit the triple. His first 3 tonight. 14:45 to go. We got a timeout taken by the Wheaton Thunder. It'll be a full timeout. We'll break as well. 44-35 in favor of the Thunder. Back after this on AM 1050 WLIP. Following the timeout, Redmond get it in play. They find Johnson, slam off the left side for Sean Johnson. Deficit is 7, 44-37. Now Anthony on the drive. Left it short. Good defense by the Redmond. Bulatovic in after that last timeout, able to flag it down. He'll pull it back, waits for traffic to clear, looks for Baltimore. Keenan now gets around Gavin Hawkins, will lay it up, count it, and one for Keenan Baltimore. Great job by Bulatovic to control that dribble across midcourt. It was a 1-on-3, and he recognized it right away. Held on to that possession long enough to find Baltimore and then drove the basket and drew the foul. Foul will go on Spencer, his second, the fourth team foul on the Thunder. Spencer will come out, Elioth back in. Baltimore looking for the and one. Got it. Redmond to within 4. 9-2 run by Wheaton. They've opened up a 9-point lead, but the Redmond have cut to 4 here now, 44-40. Cruikshank working best. Now they switch. Redmond back to man here. Johnson picks up Cruikshank. They drop back. Hawkins out of the corner. Into Elliott, turning, shooting over Best, missing. Rebound Bulatovic. He'll clear it out to Baltimore. Baltimore tosses it back to Kadrowski. 24-23 advantage, Wheaton on the glass. Kadrowski stops in the paint, needs to find somebody, gets it out to Baltimore. 10 to shoot here for Baltimore. Feeds Johnson. No look pass back to Best out of the corner. Up top to Baltimore. Baltimore cut off on his dribble. Fires. Air ball missed out of bounds. So the Redmond had a play going and they lose it on the shot clock violation. The shot clock expired before it went out of bounds. On the miss by Baltimore. 44-40 Wheaton. Only the fourth turnover for the Redmond tonight. Neither team turning it much. Each team now with 4. Anthony now from the right corner to the left corner to Hawkins for 3. That one's no good. Rebound tipped. It's loose in the corner. Stepping out of bounds with it was Elioth. It'll be Carthage ball. Jacob Poglace will check in for the first time tonight for the Redmond. Poglace, the 6'3 senior from the Impact Academy in Florida by way of Perth, Australia. 12:40 to go. Redmond down 4. Kadrowski with it. Feeds Johnson in the low post. Johnson spinning around. Backing down now on Anthony. Turns, loses Anthony. Puts it up with the right hand and in. Blue collar effort by Sean Johnson that time. Able to spin around and finally shook Anthony for a clean look. Redmond to within 2. 7-0 run by Carthage. Three-pointer up, missing. Johnson with the rebound, clears it out to Bulatovic. Bulatovic coming down, hands it back to Kadrowski. Got away with a walk. Kadrowski penetrates, goes up with the left hand, missing. Johnson with the offensive rebound. Gets it to Poglace. He'll back it off, pull it all the way up top into the hands of Baltimore. Chance to tie or take the lead here once again for the Redmond. Baltimore with the run-up, going glass, banks it too hard. Johnson left his feet early, could not get the rebound as Elioth clears it out. Cruikshank with it. Works it off to Vegas, guarded by Bulatovic. Kick over to Cruikshank right side. Circles through the paint. Back out to Anthony for 3. Got it. Anthony 5 for 8 now, shooting the 3. 15 points. Timeout Redmond. They cut it to 2, but unable to get any closer as they pull away now a 5-point lead. 47-42 Wheaton Thunder. This will be a 30-second timeout. Time to remind you, tonight's game brought to you in part by Lynch Chevrolet of Kenosha. Just east of I-94 on Highway 50, nobody sells for less than Lynch. By Ruffalo's 2 Family Restaurant. By Lou Perini's Gas and Grocery. And by Wingstop of Kenosha, located on Highway 50. Redmond 5 for 13 in the second half, 38%. Carthage 0 for 9, shooting the 3 tonight. 0 for 3 here in the second half. Meanwhile, the Thunder 5 for 15 in the second half, 4 of 9 at the arc. Anthony with 15, Spencer with 13, Adome with 10 for the Thunder. Kedrowski with 12, Johnson with 10 for the Redmen. Kedro, Baltimore, Johnson, Bulatovic, and Poglace. Bulatovic with a nice move out of the right corner, drives the basket and lays it in. Caught that pass dead in the corner and then drove the basket. Hung in the air and floated one off the glass and down. Now Cruikshank cut off in the paint by Poglace. Gets it back to Vegas, who turns it over. Tried an extra pass that time, was broken up by Poglace. Now Kedrowski pulls it back. 3-point game, Carthage trailing. Now Kedrowski on the drive. The run up over Elioth, couldn't get it to fall. Cruikshank able to take it away. Had it poked away from behind, and Johnson comes away with it. Way to stay with that one. I think Kedrowski credited with that one, as Laketta will check in next dead ball for the Redmen. 47-44 Wheaton. Bulatovic. Contact, got away with a travel, banked it in. Didn't call a foul, could have called a travel. Either way, no whistle, and Bulatovic able to finish. Now with 10. It's a 1-point game, 47-46. Elioth with it. Looks inside, and Vegas sneaks in and lays it up and in. Not much room there, but Vegas found a spot there. The 6'1 guard able to worm his way to the basket and lay it in, 49-46. Poglace high on the left, reversing now to Baltimore. Spencer out on him. Gives it to Johnson, touch pass back to Baltimore. Keenan crossover dribble, now driving on Elioth, puts it up, couldn't get it to fall, but drew the foul. Elioth picks up the foul, his first, the 5th on the Thunder. Team fouls 5 on Wheaton, 1 on the Redmen, and Baltimore back to the free throw line. Keenan 2 for 3 at the line tonight, has 6 points. 2 for 11 from the field. Senior out of Zion, knocks down the front end. Laketta will check in. Who's he coming in for? Going to replace Kedrowski. And the Redmen 0 for 9 at the 3-point arc. Kedrowski 0 for 4. Baltimore and Best each 0 for 2. Laketta 0 for 1, but he's in there now. Second free throw by Baltimore is no good. Elioth clears the boards. 49-47 Wheaton, 9:35 to play. Anthony to check in next dead ball for the Thunder as Cruikshank, middle of the floor to Spencer. Anajuan Spencer. Back to Cruikshank. Redmen out of that zone now. They've gone man. Spencer over Laketta, missing. Rebound Baltimore. Keenan will bring it down. Another chance to tie or take the lead here. Baltimore gets a ball screen from Laketta. Drives the basket. Going glass right side and lays it in. Great job by Laketta to step up and set the screen. That freed up Baltimore. His trip down the lane to the basket ties the game at 49. Under 9 minutes to play. Now Adome. Crossover dribble, lost Baltimore. Flips it up with the right hand and in. Tough shot. Timeout taken by Wheaton. A 30-second timeout by the Thunder. What a move by Adome. Little crossover scissor dribble that time. Lost Baltimore. And then he's going to his left. Changed hands to the right hand. Fading away. Banked it in. 51-49 Thunder. They take the timeout here. Gives us a chance to remind you that tonight's game brought to you in part by the Vigiano Insurance Agency. Give Steve a call. He'll shop for your insurance needs. By S.J. Crystal's Menswear. By Dickey's Barbecue Pit. And by the Westosha Sports Complex. North Central up by 20 at the half over Milliken, 41-21. Other finals today, 99-73, Elmhurst over North Park. Augustana 69, Carroll 65. Illinois Wesleyan with a bye this weekend. 51-49 Thunder. Laketta, Baltimore, Poglace, Johnson, and Bulatovic for the Redmen. Again, Carthage without Krishan Cook tonight. Second straight game, and Laketta turns it over on a bad pass. Tried a behind-the-back pass that time to Poglace. Cruikshank with the steal. Anthony with it now. He is red hot. Got to defend him. Hawkins out of the left corner. Knocks down the triple. Gavin Hawkins 2 for 4 now, shooting the 3 ball, 3 for 7 from the field. He has 8 points. They increase the lead now, 54-49. Baltimore bumped. We got a whistle and a foul on Spencer, and that will be his 3rd. Left his feet, got the body in front of Baltimore that time on the drive to the basket, and Spencer picks up the foul, his 3rd. That's the 6th on Wheaton. Head coach Mike Schauer makes a walk toward the scorer's table. I'm sure to let the official know about the team foul situation. That's 6-1. They said it was after the shot, so they're not going to put Baltimore on the line. Bill Ustick on the call here. Going to come over and talk to Bosco. He wants to know why we were set up for a free throw and why did we change it. Andrew Williams now coming over. It'll be Redmond ball, 20 to shoot, inbound left to the basket. Hawkins knocks the pass away from Johnson. Carthage will retain possession here. Looked like it was in the act of shooting. I think you should have given it to him at the free throw line, but for some reason they overrule. Kedrowski now catches the inbound pass, circles it back up top, 14 to shoot. Johnson top of the circle. Inside to Baltimore, high-low. This time he's fouled. This time he will go to the line. A little high post, low post between Johnson and Baltimore fouled. Anthony picks up the foul, his 2nd. That's the 7th team foul on the Thunder. So the Redmen in bonus now the rest of the game, with Baltimore on the line shooting 2 here. Keenan knocks that one in. 4 for 6 at the line tonight. Now Baltimore with 10 points. 4 players in double figures for the Redmen. Kedrowski with 12, Baltimore, Johnson, and Bulatovich each with 10. As Baltimore knocks the 2nd one down. 2 for 2 that trip. 3-point game, 54-51 Wheaton, 7:50 to play. Good one here in Kenosha tonight. It's a good one down in Wheaton too. Back on the 13th of this month. Cruikshank to the free throw line. Gets it back out. Hawkins again for the triple. This time it's no good. Bulatovich with the rebound. 3rd board tonight for Bulatovich. He's red hot too. 5 for 5 from the field. Kedrowski to Bulatovich. Back up top to Baltimore. Keenan working on Anthony. Goes up, floats and hits. Little teardrop goes down as he lost Anthony on the drive to the basket. Cuts it to 1. 54-53, Redmond trail. 13 now for Keenan. Now Anthony up top to Adom. Adom had it knocked away. Late whistle and a foul on Bulatovich, who knocked it away. Quick hands by Philip Bulatovich, the freshman. As Johnson will come out, Brad Perry will check back in. Hawkins out, Elioth in for the Thunder. Wheaton will inbound, 20 on the shot clock, left of the basket. They get it to Spencer, he'll float with the right hand, missing, ball tipped around, finally Perry comes away with it. Outlets to Laketta, Perry, Laketta, Baltimore, Kedrowski, and Bulatovich. As Kedrowski now will settle it down. 6:45 to go, 1-point game. Laketta, cross court, Kedrowski, 3 off the left wing, goes down! Right in front of Cruikshank that time. Kedro drills the 3. 15 for Kedro. The Redmen up by 2. 56-54 Carthage. Now they get it inside. Shot taken by Elioth, no good. And the rebound by Baltimore. He'll walk it across. 7-0 run here by Carthage. Baltimore with it. Works it back up top. Kedrowski. Back over to Baltimore. He'll pull it back. 10 on the shot clock here. Under 6 minutes to go. Kick to Laketta. Left corner 3 on the way. In and out, no good. Rebound Cruikshank. Cruikshank pushing it up. In transition, Cruikshank. Back to Spencer. On the arc. Missing. Rebound to Baltimore. Redmond failed to recognize Spencer sitting back here on the three-point arc on the right wing. Redmond want a timeout. TJ Best going to check back in here following this timeout. It will be a full timeout by the Redmen. 5.5 minutes to go here in Kenosha. It's a 2-point lead for Carthage. It's the Redmen 56, Wheaton 54. We'll step out. This is Redmond basketball on AM 1050 WLIP. Carthage ball as play resumes following the Redmond timeout. Baltimore with it on the left block, going up over Adom and hits. Keenan Baltimore lighting it up here. 6 points here in this stretch. He now has 15, the lead out to 4. 58-54 Redmond. Cruikshank, Adom, Anthony, Elioth, and Spencer out there for the Thunder. Elioth with it on the left block. Working on Perry. Back out to Adom. Over Laquetta. Missing. Loose inside. Elioth with the rebound and the foul. The stick back goes down. 3-point play upcoming for Cade Elioth. The foul on Brad Perry. Check it. They're going to call it on Baltimore. So Baltimore picks up the foul, his first. Third team foul on the Redmen. At the line, Elioth for the old-fashioned 3-point play. Didn't deliver. Skips off to Kadrowski. 58-56, Redmond by 2. Under 5 minutes to go. TJ Best in there following that last timeout. Best, Baltimore, Kadrowski, Laquetta, and Perry. Give and go, back to Best, will lay it off the glass and in. Baltimore with a nice give and go feed back to Best with the finish. TJ, his first 2 points tonight, makes it a 4-point Redmond lead. Now Anthony with it here on the near wing, right side, guarded by Baltimore. Redmond have abandoned that zone that they've played. As Best now on Cruikshank. Now to Elioth. Elioth working in on Perry. Backed him all the way into the paint, but missed the shot. Baltimore got the rebound. Anthony steals it from him, goes back up low right and draws the foul. Keenan never saw Anthony coming from behind as he collected that rebound. Anthony just poked it away. And as he took it down low right, went back up with it and drew the foul by Baltimore. Second on Baltimore. 2 shots here for Anthony. Luke Anthony with 16 points. His first trip to the line where he is 1 for 1. Second one, no good. Rebound, Keenan Baltimore. Carthage maintaining a 3-point lead here. Clock ticking down to 4 minutes remaining. Best now feeds Baltimore on the left wing, backing down on Spencer on the left block. A lot of contact. Baltimore goes up, missing. Rebound, Perry goes back up low left. That one skips off, no good. Spencer had it, stripped out of it, regains possession now to Cruikshank. A lot of contact inside. They let him play that time. Cruikshank at the center circle. His team down 3 with 3.5 to go. Nice look inside Adom. Strolling down the lane on the feed from Spencer. Able to lay it in. 14 for Adom. And Wheaton is closed to within 1. 60-59. Baltimore to Best. Here in the left wing, up top, Kodrowski. 3 over Anthony. In and out, no good. Perry trying to keep it alive. Alioth just battled it a little bit more harder. Came down with it for the Thunder. Chance for the Thunder to reclaim the lead here as we approach 3 minutes to play. Cruikshank, top of the circle. To Anthony, guarded by Baltimore. Back to Cruikshank, Best on him. Loses Best, goes off the glass too strong. Rebound tipped to Alioth, nobody pinching. Now alone is Anthony, waits for help, gets it to Adom. The extra pass, the bucket, and the foul. And the Thunder reclaim the lead with a chance for a three-point play at the line. Foul by Best, his second. Carthage will take the timeout. Will break as well. Free throw upcoming here for Adom. 61-60, the Wheaton Thunder on top of the Redmen. Back after this on AM 1050 WLIP. Adom at the line to complete his three-point play. He has 16 tonight for the Thunder. Free throw is up and good. A 6-0 run here by the Thunder. They reclaim the lead by 2. 62-60, 2:44 to play. Best, Baltimore, Kodrowski, Johnson, and Bulatovich for the Redmen. Cruikshank, Alioth, Spencer, Adom, and Anthony for the Thunder. Kodrowski behind the back dribble. Goes up with it and draws the foul. On the run up from the left side, he was fouled, and Kodrowski goes to the free throw line. Foul's going to go on Adom. That's his third. So Kodrowski, who has the only three-point basket tonight for the Redmen. That's the storyline. Carthage 1 for 12 from long distance. Will toe the line and hits the first free throw. 16 tonight for Kodrowski. 3 for 3 at the stripe. Second one on the way. In and out, no good. Wheaton by 1, 62-61 with 2:25 to play. Adom to Spencer. Try to get it back to Adom. Goes inside. Ball's loose. Bulatovich tried to keep it alive, and then we got a foul underneath on Baltimore. Ball bouncing around inside, and Bulatovich tried to keep it alive, was trying to prevent it from going out. Deflected it right back to Adom, and then Baltimore fouled him. Third foul on Baltimore. That's the 6th on the Redmen. And Adom able to knock it down. 2 for 3 at the line. Make that 2 for 2 at the line tonight for Adom. 18 points. Right at his season average. Hits them both. 64-61 Thunder. 7-1 run here by Wheaton. Making an 8-1 run here by the Thunder. Kodrowski, kick to Johnson. Short jumper right side, skips off the rim, no good. Anthony with the rebound, Kodrowski with the foul. That's the 17th foul on the Redmen, so 1-1 here for Luke Anthony. Not a bad choice there. Anthony 52% from the stripe since returning from football. He is the quarterback for the Wheaton football team. transfer back from the University of Dayton. Missed the free throw. Johnson able to get the rebound. 37-36. Redmond with the one board advantage. 1:50 to play. Down 3 are the Redmen. Johnson now to Baltimore. Puts it on the floor. Kick to Sean Johnson. Back up top to Bulatovich. Bulatovich now down the right side. Cut off by Anthony. Leans around Anthony. Goes glass and banks it in. Tough shot by Philip Bulatovich. Got Anthony off the floor and then leaned in low right for his 12th point. 64-63. Need a stop. Let's go. Cruikshank gets it off to Adom. Guarded by Kodrowski. Feeds Elia. Give and go back to Anthony. We got a whistle and a foul before the shot. It'll be 1-on-1 free throws once again for Luke Anthony as he was fouled before the shot. It's going to go on Bulatovich. That's his second. Wrapped him up before he could get the shot away. So 1-on-1 here again. Team fouls even now at 8. Luke Anthony 1 for 2 at the line. Drops in the first. Chance to pad the lead to 3 here with 1:16 remaining. One more toss here for Anthony. In and out, no good. Rebound, Kodrowski. 65-63 Wheaton. Redmond with the ball, minute 12 to go here in regulation. Johnson with it, high on the right to Baltimore for 3. That one's well off, no good. Rebound to Wheaton, under a minute to go. Big possession here. They can make it a 2-possession game right now with 53 seconds to play. And a good shot selection that time by Baltimore. Didn't need the 3. Could have worked it for a better 2. Adom got around Best, going hard to the basket. No call as he got bumped. Rebound Redmond, 33 seconds to play, down 2. Kodrowski got away with a walk, got it back to Johnson. Johnson, the one-hander, goes down in the paint over Alioth, and we're tied at 65. Shot clock dark, final 20 seconds. They'll play through it here. Cruikshank will hold it for 1. 10 seconds to go, tied at 65. Best working him. They get it to Adom. Adom penetrates, floats, banks it in with 1 second left. Timeout, Redmond. Adom with the killer shot with 1 second left. 67-65 Wheaton. Wow. Carthage will take the timeout. They'll have to go the full length with 1 second left. Down 2. Great look by Adom. He was able to put it on the floor, lost Kodrowski, stepped back on Kodrowski, and banked it in for what appears to be the game winner with 1 second left. Redmond down 2. They have 3 timeouts remaining. But the possession arrow to Wheaton, but I don't know what you can do here. You got to look for a baseball pass here. And then immediately a catch and release somewhere in the front court here. We'll see how Bosco and Steve draw this one up. Clutch shot by Adom. They'll put Hawkins on the inbound. Laketta will trigger. Laketta, Baltimore, Johnson, Kodrowski, and Bulatovich. Got to be a catch and release somewhere around midcourt. Here we go. Laketta can run the baseline. Gets it to Baltimore. He'll heave from midcourt. It's no good, and the Wheaton Thunder escape Kenosha with a last-second bucket by Adom, and they win it 67-65 here tonight. Huge win on the road for the Wheaton Thunder, who steal one from the Carthage Redmond. Redmond led here down the stretch, but caved in as they give up the final 4 points here tonight. And the big one, Adom's basket in the paint with 1 second left. 67-65 your final here. The Thunder sweep the series. They get to 6-3 on the season with the victory. For the Redmen, they fall to 3-6 on the year, 11-7 overall. We'll step out, take a 2-minute break, back with our postgame, and we'll visit with either Steve or Bosco tonight in our postgame. Again, your final, Wheaton 67, Carthage 65. You're listening to Redmen Basketball on AM 1050 WLIP. Thank you. Tonight's Carthage Redmen basketball game has been brought to you by Mason's Eatery and Pub, located on Highway 50 west of Green Bay Road in Kenosha. Don't be a chain eater, eat at Mason's. By Building Waters, Plumbing, Heating and Cooling, that's what they do, and don't forget refrigeration too. By Paul Francetic and the Francetic Tax Resolution. Don't get frantic, get Francetic. Go to 262tax.com. Luigi's Pizzeria. They're 2 blocks south of Highway 50 on 39th Avenue on Kenosha's south side. By Something Different, a sports fan fantasy land located on 6th Avenue in downtown Kenosha. By the folks at Berkshire Hathaway Epic Real Estate. By Sinus and Snoring MD.com. That's Dr. Swerdland with offices on Green Bay Road in Kenosha. By our friends at Lynch Chevrolet of Kenosha. They're located just east of I-94 on Highway 50. Nobody sells for less than Lynch. By Ruffalo's 2 Family Restaurant, located on 45th Street in Kenosha. Lou Perini's Gas and Grocery. That's home of Mama P's Ho-Ho Cakes and low cash prices for gas. By Wingstop of Kenosha. By the Vigiano Insurance Agency. Give Steve a call today. He'll shop for your insurance needs. That's the Vigiano Insurance Agency. S.J. Crystal's Menswear. For the finest of men's fashions, it's clearly S.J. Crystal's on 6th Avenue, 57th Street, downtown Kenosha. Dickey's Barbecue Pit. They're on I-94 off Highway 50 across from Woodman's. By the Westosha Sports Complex. Zero to Hero Conditioning. Visit them online at westoshasportscomplex.com. And by Triangle Flooring, Furniture, and Appliance Center on Highway 50 at 39th Avenue in Kenosha. John Weiser back with you at the Tarble Arena. Redmen battled back. They trailed by as many as 9 here in the second half. battled back but couldn't put away the Wheaton Thunder tonight, as Edom's bucket with 1 second left on the final possession won it tonight for the Wheaton Thunder, 67-65. We're looking at the final possession here. No, we're not. We're just looking at some highlights here. It was the final possession here. Edom, with Kadrowski all over him, took a step back just inside the free throw line in the paint, banked it in with 1 second remaining. Carthage calling a timeout. They had one more opportunity to inbound. They got it in. Baltimore's heave at midcourt, no good. And Wheaton wins it here, 67-65. As I mentioned, Carthage trailed by as many as 9 and then went up by 4 on a TJ Best layup with 4:41 left. That made it 60-56 in favor of the Redmen. Luke Anthony went 1 for 2 at the line, cut it to 3, missed his second. Baltimore got the rebound. Got a couple of looks with under 4 minutes left, couldn't convert, and then Edom with a layup with 3.5 to go, cut it to 1, 60-59. Edom again on an Anthony assist, able to hit to give his team a 1-point lead, 61-62. On a 3-point play, was fouled by TJ Best, made the free throw, put his team up by 2. Carthage cut it to 1 on a 1 for 2 trip to the line by Jordan Kadrowski. It was 62-61 until Edom was fouled by Keenan Baltimore, getting an offensive rebound. He went 2 for 2 at the line, built the lead out to 3, 64-61. But then Bulatovic was able to lay it in from the right side, made it a 1-point game, 64-63 with $1:34 to play. And then on the other side, Anthony was fouled by Bulatovic, went 1 for 2 on that trip. Kadrowski got the rebound, so it was a 2-point game with under a minute left, and then Johnson's jumper tied it with 25 seconds left, made it 65 all. And that set up the dramatics here as Wheaton had a couple of timeouts left, elected to play through it. They got the ball in the hands of Edom, and then with Kadrowski on him, took the drive to the free throw line, and just below the free throw line, a little step back, lost Kadrowski just enough room, and Edom was able to bank it in to make it a 67-65 lead. Carthage had one more look, had to go the full length. Licata got the ball into Baltimore, and his midcourt three-pointer way off the target, and Wheaton escapes 67-65. Edom with 21 points tonight, 9 for 17, leading 3 players in double figures for the Thunder. Edom with 21, Anthony with 17, Spencer with 13 tonight. As the Thunder in the second half go 12 of 32, 37% for the game. They shoot 39% on 25 of 63. They had 5 of 14 threes in the second half, 11 of 29 in the game, 37%. And from the line, 5 of 9 in the second half for the game, 6 for 11. Meanwhile, on the other end for the Redmen, 4 players in double figures. Jordan Kadrowski with 16. Kedro 6 of 14, just 1 for 6. The Redmen tonight, 1 for 14 shooting the 3. That's not going to get it done. Kadrowski tonight with 16. Keenan Baltimore with 15. Sean Johnson with 12. Bulatovic with 12 tonight. He was clutch. He made all 6 of his field goals tonight for the freshman. Bulatovic finishing with 12. Brad Perry with just 6 points and 7 boards tonight. TJ Best with a pair. Adam Radcliffe with a pair. In the second half, the Redmen 14 of 30, 46%, 1 of 8 at the arc. For the game, the Redmen 28 of 60, 46%, 1 for 14 at the stripe, and 8 for 13, or 1 for 14 at the arc, 8 for 13 at the stripe. Redmen out-rebound the Thunder 39-37, but just 7 on the offensive glass. Meanwhile, the Thunder get 11 offensive rebounds. Neither team turning the ball over much at all. I think each team with just 2 turns in that second half. Wheaton with a total of 6 turnovers, leading to 10 Carthage points. Carthage turned it just 5 times, leading to 6 Wheaton points. Carthage outscored Wheaton tonight in the paint. Unbelievable stat there. I don't know if that's correct or not, but that's got Carthage with 52 points in the paint tonight to 14 for the Thunder. So Carthage 52 of their 65 coming in the paint. As they fall here tonight, 67-65. Wheaton led by as many as 9 in the second half. Carthage by as many as 6 in the first half. Redmond were up 4 going into the final 5 minutes here, but could not put it in the win column as they fall 67-65. Your final here tonight, joined now by Steve Jerkovic. And first off, the pace of this game, unbelievable game here tonight by both teams. I'll tell you what, this was an old-fashioned D3 CCIW basketball game tonight.
Both teams played well. Limited turnovers, good shot selection, us on the inside, them on the perimeter a little bit more, and I think both teams got what they wanted out of it, and it was going to come down to who made plays at the end. And story of the year for the last couple weeks, we haven't come out and won these games. I mean, we've lost now a 2-point game, a 3-point game, a couple 4-point games in the last 2 weeks, and that's a season right there, and we got to close these games for the last 7 going forward.
Yeah, tonight it was the perimeter shooting that kind of let the Redmond down, just 1 for 14 shooting the 3.
Wheaton emphasized that more than anybody else in the league. I think coming in they were giving up 29% from 3, so that's something they really key on. And we got the ball inside, we attacked the basket, we scored over 50 points in the paint against them, and that's something we did a good job at their place too. But a lot of it comes down to who makes the plays late, and give Adam credit, he made the shot when he needed it.
Your zone was good tonight for the most part. I mean, you kept them out of the area. You made them shoot on the move a little bit, and they went 11 for 29 shooting the 3. But I thought, you forced Cruikshank in an 0 for 10 tonight, 0 for 7 shooting from the 3.
TJ Best hounded him for 40 minutes, and he's as good of an on-ball defender as we have probably in the league, and he hassled them last time at Wheaton. Did a really good job today of igniting the offense and really picking up tempo on the defensive end. But I thought our rotations in our zone, something we really focused on this last couple days, were spot on. We gave up the shots that we wanted. Obviously, there's always 1 or 2 that you want back, but I thought we did a really solid job. And hey, we had our best 2 days of practice the last couple days. Effort was not questioned at all today. The guys worked their butts off for 40 minutes and unfortunately came on the wrong end.
Yeah, you battled back. You trailed early in the game, took a lead in the first half, and actually were down 3 at the half, 33-30. You got down by 9 here midway through the second half, chipped away, got some good looks, and I thought maybe the one turning point might have been that quick 3 by Keenan here on that one.
About a minute and a half
left with a 2-point game. Really didn't need the 3 there. Maybe an extra pass, a better look.
Probably, and we have a tough time for how many points we score in the paint. We have a tough time getting easy baskets, and Wheaton does obviously a really tough job, but so does Carroll that we're going to see on Wednesday night. So we got to be something we need to work on the next few days is how we can try to find easier looks for people outside of in the paint. And Perry and Sean did a great job today. I thought they both played fantastic. Jordan had a really good game all across the floor. Again, the game comes down to bounces, and they got a few offensive putbacks, and they had 15 second chance points to our 7, and at the end of the day, that made the difference. And 3 of them probably in the last 5 minutes of the game.
You go back to the final shot here tonight by Wheaton. I thought Kadrowski did all he could to defend Adom. He just got that little step back, just enough little room, and it banker from 13 feet.
Enough of an edge. We guarded it well. We kind of knew what was coming with the ISO, and we played it very, very well. And unfortunately, big-time players make big-time plays, and he got enough separation there. Cager did a really good job there, and unfortunately, that's the ball game. And we got to find ways to get on top. And I think guys were so good in practice, so positive the last couple of days that it was really joyful practice that way. And everyone knows what's at stake for these last 7, and we got to get on a run starting now.
You mentioned Carroll in the building here Wednesday night, and they gave Augustana a rough ride here today. They lost. There was a 2-point game late. A pair of free throws by Wolford had to seal it. 69-65 Augie.
They give everybody a tough time. They're as good of a defensive team. They're a nuisance to play because they have 5 guys that are playing together that are working so hard on the defensive end. And if you thought Wheaton didn't give you any easy looks, Carroll's giving you none starting on Wednesday. So we got to prepare for that. See how we're going to match up a little bit differently against their lineup, which is a little bit smaller, but looking forward to get back to Monday.
Yeah, it's been a rough ride here. I don't know what to put my finger on it, but this is a different team that left Puerto Rico.
Not closing games. That's all it is right now. I mean, we got off to such a good start. Everything was going. Our shots were falling. Maybe we're playing guys a few too many minutes. Maybe. I'm not sure. Wheaton only played 7 today. And we got to find what we can do to what lineup works best, what situation, what offense, what defense we can do, because at some point we got to start winning these games. And shoot, if all 5 of these go the other way, I mean, you're looking to complete a different way. Now you're 6-3 instead of the other way around. So it's something we got to work on the next, obviously, couple weeks until the break next Saturday.
And again, plenty of time remaining. Got 7 games left to try and lock down one of the 6 positions for the conference tournament.
Our goals have changed. I mean, 4 weeks ago, we were talking about, hey, let's try to compete and win at the top of conference, which is obviously Elmhurst North Central League right now. But right now, we're battling to get in the conference tournament and fighting from there. If we get into the conference tournament, I think we can do some damage. But it's one game at a time, one day at a time, and we got to come to work starting on Monday.
Krishan Cook missed his 2nd straight game with a lower body injury. What's the status for Wednesday?
Then his rehab should be back for Wednesday, I hope.
Okay. All right. Well, Steve, let's try and get a better result here Wednesday night and try and work some magic. Maybe I got to bring my bowling gear or something.
You should. I guess when you throw 300s, you can do whatever you want now. Congrats on that, by the way.
Thank you, by the way. I appreciate that.
Thanks.
One-handed, too. Make sure Pete knows that was one-handed.
I won't tell him that. He probably thought it was 2. But, well, we'll see you on Wednesday, okay?
All righty, Steve.
Thank you, Mr. Weiser.
You bet. Steve Jurkovic joining us here on our post-game up in the booth tonight. A final of 67-65 Wheaton. A last-second basket by Adom with 1 second left, actually, after Sean Johnson hit a jumper in the paint that tied the game at 65. Wheaton comes through at the end. They played through it. They had a couple of timeouts, and you could see Mike Schauer was just waving his team, get it across. He put up his hands 2-0. He knew where the ball was going to go. It was going to go right to Adom, and he was able to lose Kodrowski just enough, just below the free throw line, to get that jumper away and bank it home for the game winner as Wheaton sweeps the season series now, picking up the win 67-65. So that is now final. It's final in Naperville. North Central running laps on Milliken tonight. I think the Big Blue heard that the Ides of March were playing at the Naperville campus tonight, so they took an early powder and went to check out the concert as they were roughed up 90-55, the final in Naperville tonight, as 6 players in double figures for the Cardinals, led by Connor Reardon with 14 tonight. It was Stitchnote with 15, one of 2 players in double figures for Milliken. So North Central picks up the win to go to 8-1, 15-3 overall. And Elmhurst with their win 99-72 over North Park, and Augustana a 69-65 victory over Carroll tonight. Illinois Wesleyan on the bye. So you adjust all the numbers now. You have Elmhurst and North Central each at 8-1. Augustana and Wheaton a half game ahead of Illinois Wesleyan now. Augie and Wheaton at 6-3. Wesleyan with the bye tonight sits at 5-3 and alone in 5th place. Then you have 6th place Carthage at 3-6. You have Carroll at 2-7. Milliken and North Park each at 1-8. And it's the Carroll University Pioneers that will be the opponent Wednesday night here at the Tarble Arena. That will be our broadcast here tonight on 1050 WLIP. That game Wednesday night tips off at 7. We will be with you at 6:45, both on the radio on 1050 WLIP, WLIP.com, and on the live video stream, live.carthage.edu. Women lost to Wheaton earlier tonight as they fell to the Thunder here at home, and so Wheaton completes the sweep here this evening as they knock off both the Lady Reds and Redmond tonight, winning the nightcap here by a final of 67-65. Big thank you to John Voinovich and our student staff bringing you the video stream here tonight from Carthage College. They always do a fantastic job putting together our replays and all of the graphics and camera work done by students here at Carthage College. Want to give a shout out to Mike Love. Hope he's doing well. Again, he's been out with illness, and we want to see him back here as soon as possible here to the beautiful Tarble Arena. Big thank you also tonight back in Pleasant Prairie to Scott DeLabio engineering our long day of basketball here, as he does each and every time for Carthage basketball here on 1050 WLIP. I'm John Weiser, wishing you a very pleasant good evening from the Tarble Arena. Wish we had better news tonight, but there is Wednesday. Make good choices out there and watch out for one another tonight on this Saturday night. John Weiser saying good night from Carthage College. Your final here in the men's ball game, 67-65 Wheaton over Carthage. Until Wednesday, have a great week, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to Carthage Athletics, heard exclusively on Kenosha's radio station, AM 1050 WLIP Kenosha. Good night, everyone.